Mario is a fairly uncontroversial fellow. That I would fathom. His mouth is as clean as Zora's domain, and his games steer clear of any particularly controversial topics. But in 2008, despite Nintendo's best efforts, this character became embroiled in one of the strangest incidents in recent gaming history. There were threats of lawsuits, allegations of stolen property, and even discussions about potential cover-ups. But today, this bizarre series of events has been largely forgotten by the world. And so, today I would like to delve into the events of 2008 as we cover the strangest Nintendo controversy that you've never heard of. Hi there, welcome to Thomas Game Docs. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is by most measures the best in the series. It had an incredible story, memorable locations, and a cast of truly unforgettable characters. But, of course, customers aren't going to know any of that without a little prompting in the form of advertisement. And so, in 2004, around the time of Paper Mario's release, Nintendo partnered up with an ad agency called Leo Barnett. If you're unaware, ad agencies are the companies who create the ads you see on TV. A business, in this case Nintendo of America, approaches the ad agency, in this case Leo Barnett, and says, "Hey, we've got a new product coming out. Could you make us an advert?" And Leo Barnett gets to work, putting together the commercial. And so, in the lead up to Paper Mario's release, Leo Barnett were working away on their commercial for Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. They envisioned a sort of serene, calm commercial, heavily focused around the game's central gimmick of a paper world. And before long, the commercial was complete. Let us pause for a second to appreciate their handiwork.
Mario's newest adventure unfolds as he takes to the sky, land, and sea in Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, only for Nintendo GameCube, rated E for everyone.
What did you think? Very serene, very calming, wasn't it? And that's in large part thanks to two facts. Firstly, the beautiful nature cinematography, that much is clear. But another factor is just as crucial, if not more so: the music. Here's a short clip. It really suits the commercial, doesn't it? And if we do a little research, we can find out the name of that song. It's called You're So Cool by Hans Zimmer. And if you recognise that name, it's because Hans Zimmer is a world-renowned film music composer. He worked on the soundtrack for Inception, for example, and is thus responsible for the bwah sound in every film trailer throughout the early 2010s.
It's called Inception. Already.
In this case, the song You're So Cool is taken from the 1993 film True Romance. In fact, it's not a very Nintendo-suited film. The lead writer was none other than Quentin Tarantino, a man not known to shy away from violence. However, the fine folks at Leo Barnett decided that this song was perfectly suited to the commercial, and so that is the song they chose. And, with the ad filmed, edited and completed, it was broadcast across the United States of America. And all seemed to be well. But under the surface, trouble was brewing. But it wouldn't bubble up until 4 years later. In mid-June 2008, a lawsuit was filed against Nintendo, alleging copyright infringement. The plaintiff was one Morgan Creek Productions, the movie studio who produced the True Romance film from which the commercial's music was taken. Here's the claim they filed against Nintendo. Sometime within the past 3 years, Nintendo used the sound recording of You're So Cool without authorization in a television advertisement for the Nintendo GameCube. Plaintiff is informed and believes and thereon alleges that Nintendo also used the sound recording at issue herein in other forum in order to generate sales for their product. That's right, 4 years after Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door's release, Morgan Creek noticed that Nintendo had used the song You're So Cool without any kind of permission, without any kind of license, and thus illegally. And before long, the news broke, and numerous headlines, each more extravagant than the last, spread the word of this upcoming suit. Readers foretold a major legal battle, perhaps even similar in scale to the now infamous Donkey Kong lawsuit of the 80s. Who would win this lawsuit? Would Nintendo finally be brought to their knees thanks to the thieving of Morgan Creek's music? But then, only 6 days later, the lawsuit was dropped without any explanation. Morgan Creek offered no reason for retracting their lawsuit, and the public were left mystified. Could Nintendo have pulled some strings behind the scenes? Was there some kind of foul play going on here? When asked for comment, Morgan Creek simply replied, "No comment." This didn't bode well. Thankfully, Nintendo were a little more forthcoming, and only a few days later, they explained the whole issue. And they didn't mince their words either. The lawsuit alleged copyright infringement by Nintendo for its use of the song You're So Cool in a Nintendo GameCube television commercial produced by advertising agency Leo Burnett USA Inc. In response to the lawsuit, Leo Burnett provided Morgan Creek Productions with a copy of a music license entered into between Leo Burnett USA on behalf of Nintendo of America and Morgan Creek for licensing of the song. The lawsuit was dismissed by Morgan Creek Productions the following day. Yes, you heard that right. Leo Burnett, the ad agency behind the ad, did indeed purchase a license for the song. Clearly, Morgan Creek had either forgotten this, maybe they lost the contract, or if we're taking a more cynical perspective, perhaps they wished to make a quick buck off Nintendo, as it were. Either way, days after Morgan Creek submitted their lawsuit, Leo Burnett showed Morgan Creek their copy of the music license, which they did in fact purchase. In retrospect, it's not hard to see why Morgan Creek didn't give much in the way of an explanation. Whatever view you take, this was an altogether embarrassing incident for Morgan Creek, and I'm sure one which they wish the world would forget. I suppose this video is probably not helping with that. Sorry. Hey, thanks for watching. For more forgotten chapters in the history books of video games, be sure to subscribe. And follow me on Twitter if you want to. Either way, I'll see you next week. Bye!